Okay. Hi, my name is Angela Blackburn. I'm a mother of 4. I came here 2 years ago to express my disapproval of the math teaks, and since that time, I've decided to homeschool my now 6th grader. If anything, the push to further the same math problems in public education that we have progressed. That's according to friends who still have children in public education. Again, I'm here to express my dissatisfaction of the math teaks as they are. TASM said that they submitted 500 signatures of their members and that half of those were for and half were against the current teaks. We, the parents, submitted a survey with 700 signatures who were against the current standards. So that would add up to 950 grassroots parents, plus the 20,000 we just heard referenced minutes ago, who are opposed to the current standards. It should be noted that teachers cannot speak out. Their contracts are written to quiet them, or they're in fear for their jobs. As far as, unless their administration, I suppose, approves of it. As far as the implementation of these new process standards, I heard from one member of the board state that the rollout was bad, and I heard one say that these processes were part of our standards for years before they were required, and that's true because we had C-scope. So this implementation rollout has really been in the works for years, and it hasn't worked. If the required process standards are removed, it seems to me that we would be removing the chains of teachers who are saddled to teaching to the test. They could actually do what they should be accredited to do, which is create their own lesson plans to teach. And as for teachers who support versus teachers who don't, it seems to me that we're only helping support the teachers who actually support the TEKS with their methods to teach the way that they want to teach. Those who don't like them are saddled to teach it anyway. I'm almost finished. We heard one educator say that students are engaged and excited with what they're learning, and that may be true in some cases, but the flip side of those who are on the opposite end of the spectrum, and it shouldn't be overlooked that those who are actually excitedly engaged won't be when they're struggling and their parents are paying for remedial math that they're missing early on. Outside and inside school tutoring is another can of worms that we heard touched on earlier. I would urge you all to heed Dr. Milgram's dire warning issued against these procedures, that our children would fall behind by 2 or 3 years or fall behind never to recover what they were unable to grasp. Dr. Milgram issued this warning the first time I heard it only a few weeks after the 2014 SBOE hearing, where I heard Ms. Perez state that Dr. Milgram had helped create and approve the current math TEKS. We all know now that is not true. And we know we have 21,000 plus signatures to show show many of us stand together.
Thank you. Any questions? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Kim Gutierrez, Steve Swanson, and Brian Bouchard.
Oh, did you have a question?
Sorry, just for clarification, I didn't state that Dr. Milgram was on that committee. For the TEKS, I'm not quite sure where that came from, but...
You did state that. You stated it in a board meeting. It was here. It was a hearing. Not everyone was here, but there were many who were here. Yeah, and Dr. Milgram got on a conference call only a few weeks or a month later to state that he pulled his support and approval. You did. You stated it.
Anyway, yeah, maybe y'all can talk about it. Let's move on. Okay, thank you. So no more testifiers then?